This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by
Shire.efoodsglobal.com.
My son has just announced to us that he's gay. Can you imagine having a social communication disorder and being gay? All strikes are against this kid. He's 6'4". He's 280 pounds. He's the quirkiest thing you've ever met in your life. But honestly, he might be the one that finds the cure for cancer. He just might be. So I need to make sure that his senior year of high school is in a safe environment.
That mother is saying that if the cyberbullying provision is taken out of the existing law, she feels it will put her son in more danger in the public schools.
I'm standing here with, who am I standing here with?
My name's Kate Miller.
Okay.
I'm an attorney from Exeter, New Hampshire.
Ms. Miller, you're here for the purpose of weighing in on this bullying-related bill that would take away the cyberbullying aspect of the law. What was your position?
I was speaking in opposition to HB 370. I was one of the folks who worked with Representative Schlachman to draft the new law last year, and she put together a very impressive coalition of stakeholders, the Department of Education, parents, educators, administrators, to really be able to address the issue from many different perspectives, and cyberbullying was one of the areas that we realized we needed to cover. One of the tricky areas when it comes to cyberbullying is how you establish the jurisdictional boundaries between school and home, and how activity that may originate off campus has a profound impact given the kind of mass media aspects of some electronic ways of communication. So we ended up striking what I think is an appropriate legal balance with a nexus on the effect for the education of the students in the schools. It's a very new law. Policies have only been in effect for the last couple of months, and training is now complete for staff and administrators. As this law takes effect and plays out, I'm sure we will see the ways that the way it was drafted has been good, or it may need some adjustment. So part of the message today is to give this new law a chance to operate and see how it goes. So far we're not seeing any significant problems. I'm on the school board for the largest middle school in the state, an Exeter High School, which is also a large high school as well as a small elementary school. And in our 7-school district SAU, so far we have not had any difficulties with the new law, but certainly if there need to be changes, we can look at
Well, I guess I should say, have there been any people, any average people who have had difficulties with it being abused against them, being accused of cyberbullying, have the law over-enforced? Has any of that happened yet?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, it's a brave new world. So we'll see how it all plays out.
What are the enforcement costs, though? I mean, doesn't it cost quite a bit to enforce a cyberbullying, arrest or something like that?
Well, I don't think there are no arrests when you're dealing with school discipline, and it's the same kind of discipline that our principals are already doing in terms of looking at remedial measures to address inappropriate student behavior that may be, counseling as well as discipline and punishments. So it's really an extension of what schools are already doing.
Are you convinced that there are sufficient measures in place to keep some of the things from happening? Like, there have been places where you're forced to give over your Facebook account to show it to authorities before you can even enroll in certain schools. Is that happening here, or is it?
Not so far as I'm aware of. In a public school setting, we have to take students. It's not a question of them enrolling. So our doors are open to everyone.
Okay. Well, I much appreciate your time.
All right.
And we'll see how it goes out there.
Thank you.
He sees a doctor twice a month, and I thought we had processed through all of that, but obviously we hadn't. 3 years governor and proposed by our superintendent. It looks like our out-of-district placements are my son's life. You bet I am. But what scares me is that there was an incident at Concord High where we kicked the shit out of so-and-so day and invited all of these other kids to join. Well, I think it was 14 kids.
Delicious, inexpensive, storable with a 15-year shelf life in most cases. What is it? It is shire.efoodsglobal.com. Try a bite or order with all your might, straight from the site. You can even get free samples there. Or let Kurt and Auburn hand you some. shire.efoodsglobal.com.